Hi everyone. So welcome back to my channel. My name is Oshina. If you clicked on this video, I hope that you want to see my thoughts on these two books because I just want to make a reading vlog. I don't even know what I'm going to call it yet. Christian fiction reading vlog, reading favorites, 5-star predictions, whatever. I want to I want to get my reactions for both of these books. An Echo in the Darkness by Francine Rivers is the book for May that we're reading for the Francine Rivers book club. If you'd like to join, all the information is in the description. Please join it. You can catch up or just start where we are, whatever. I have read this book before, but I want my reactions on camera because it was really fun to do that with A Voice in the Wind. I'll link that vlog down below. I'm hyped, by the way, so I'm going to be high energy in this video. And then Last to Fall by Lynn Blackburn. You guys, this is a highly anticipated book for me. I want to give it 5 stars so bad. This is the conclusion to the Gossamer Falls trilogy. Book 1 is 5 stars, love. Book 2 is 4 stars, good, good. This book follows characters that I'm so excited for. Bronwyn and Mo. So, I don't even know. I'm gonna read these two books and then if I don't know. I'm excited. There will be no spoilers in this video except at the end I will do spoilers for An Echo in the Darkness, okay? I'm gonna start with Last to Fall in this video because I won't do spoilers in this video. Wait. Very excited, and then I will read An Echo in the Darkness and put spoilers at the end. Last to Fall. So I'm pretty sure like read these in order because they do like sequence themselves. Should I restart this video? Okay, companion trilogy, but basically sequels, like read the other books first. Highly recommend the first book. Let me just show you right here. I don't know if you can see that, but okay. Never Fall Again. Tabbed it, love it. A favorite, like I love this book so much. It's my top 2nd favorite book by her. And then Break My Fall, it just focused too much on the mystery and I wasn't that bought into the romance. So those two things really brought it down. I still love her writing style though, and I loved seeing all of the characters I was familiar with. So this is still 4 stars. And I still think that you should read this before jumping into Last to Fall. Ooh, look at how pretty. This one is a little fancy. Look at the font. It's fancy. And I'm so excited for this one. It follows 2 characters that are so, like, there's so much tension even from the first book building for these characters. I can't wait to see it all come together. So really excited about that. And so I'm going to read this and give you updates. And then, yeah, An Echo in the Darkness is the sequel to A Voice in the Wind. We just discussed it. If you recognize my look, I just filmed the live show with everyone for A Voice in the Wind on YouTube, so I'll link that below if you missed it. I want to read this book immediately. I have an open day today, which is rare, and my sister is out, so it's just me and my books and Jesus. So we're gonna have a great time. End of page 69. We're forever. That isn't the issue. Okay, I'm liking this, you guys. Update. I hope that you can see me. I don't feel the spark yet of like, ooh, I like this, but her writing is so easy for me to read. And like, I read this 70 pages like almost in one sitting, and I feel pretty good about that. So I'm gonna just keep on going. The unique thing about this book compared to the other 2 is there are flashbacks. Kind of get to see the history of Bronwyn and Mo's relationship, which I'm very much enjoying. I just love them. I really do. Page 88. Yes, yes, yes. This is the Bronwyn and Mo that I want to eat up. So her uncle is like grabbing her, and before she could react further, a large body slid between her and Uncle William. One masculine hand wrapped around her waist. The other gripped Uncle William's arm above the wrist. In a tone that she'd never heard and hoped she would never hear directed at her, Mo said, "If you want to maintain the use of that hand, I strongly suggest you let her go." "I'm not sure what business it is of yours, Mr. Quinn. She has been my business since we were 5 years old." Yes, this is what I want every page to be. Mo kept his hand at her waist until they were back to the spot where Meredith stood. Okay, page 88 and 89. I could read that scene like multiple times. Hello. So we got the explanation of why they're not friends, and I'm coming to see that they're both holding grudges. You're in your 30s and you're holding a grudge. Not a fan of that. Page 195 is a name drop from one of her other series. I don't remember which one, but whichever series Sabrina Fleming Campbell is in. Because Mo knows her, I guess. That's cool. So she's helping them like uncover some stuff. So that's great. Oh, I wanted it to be 5 stars so bad. Hello, good morning, everyone. So check-in time for Last of Fall. I'm on chapter 29, page 240, and I really am still enjoying this book. There was a conflict that popped up. Not the conflict, no. We found out why Mo and Bronwyn have issues and the tension and they're not speaking. It's really just immaturity is the reason. I don't like that. Like, it's the exact conflict that we all hate reading. Like, not quite miscommunication, but just immaturity, jumping to conclusions, being like overly dramatic when heightened emotions and not thinking through before you take actions. Like, in particular, Bronwyn, like so impulsive, immature, like all those things. And I don't know exactly how old she was, probably early 20s when whatever this happened. I guess people that age can make mistakes like that, but for it to like last that long in their 30s now and they still aren't talking about it, I was like, ooh, that's not good. So that's too bad. But I will say there have been some stinking cute moments. Like, so cute between her and Mo. And really, like, when like the big thing happened that they did start talking, like that resulted in them talking, I was like, that was good. Okay, so like there's really great moments and then there's like really annoying moments too. So that's where we're at. 4-star level for sure. I really want to know like what's going down. Her family sucks. Like, her family is the worst. And it's kind of crazy to me that people like that exist, but I actually think they do, which is so sad. Yeah, she finally stopped. Okay, so as you saw, I finished Last of Fall and I liked it. I liked the ending. Bronwyn and Mo are just so sweet together. I've always liked their characters since book 1. I was very invested in their relationship, so it was easy for me to get invested in this book. It was missing a spark for me to give it 5 stars. There was just a little bit lack of chemistry in this one. I liked the like mystery that was going on. Someone was wanting to get rid of Bronwyn and so we had to protect her. Just the found family in this book is so good. You get to see all the other couples from the previous books, and then at the end of this book there is a sneak peek for her next book series, the Everett Hollow series. So I hope it's good. I'm not gonna read this little excerpt because I don't want anything to sway whatever. I'm gonna wait until the full book is ready. But yeah, this was a solid Lynn Blackburn book. I think she's had better, but there we go. So I'm disappointed I didn't give it 5 stars, but we'll survive. So on to An Echo in the Darkness, you guys. Like I said, I'm going to be doing non-spoilers for An Echo in the Darkness, but then at the end of the video, all the spoilers will be there. So look forward to it. The way that Francine Rivers ended A Voice in the Wind, brilliant. brilliant because then you have to read book 2. And then she made book 2 even better than book 1. I said it. Okay, so I have a bookmark in here, page 54, but I'm literally gonna restart this from scratch. And I am gonna be putting spoilers at the end, so stay to the end if you read this book. I love that the prologue picks right back up where A Voice in the Wind left. So you don't have to wait, okay? Which is why, read it. Read it. And look at Marcus. Look at him. Hurry. Startled, he glanced behind. He had heard the words clearly, as though someone whispered urgently in his ear, but no one was there. His heart pounding, Alexander turned towards his home and began to run, urged on by a still, small voice in the wind. The echo! Echo in the darkness! 1 year later. Marcus Lucanius Valerian. I'm gonna have to update like literally every page, like I did with A Voice in the Wind. Page 13, title drop. Listen to this. He was torn between wanting to forget her and fear that he would. Relatable. And now it was as though, having opened his mind to her, he couldn't close it again. Her voice had become an insistent presence, echoing throughout the darkness in which he now lived. Okay, and Julia, she is so steeped in darkness, so lost though. Like she doesn't even know that she you guys, page 49. Phoebe praying, "Oh Jesus, blessed Savior, I give my son to you. Please watch over him and protect him from the evil one. Oh Lord God, Father of all creation, overcome my fear for my son and teach me to rest and trust in you." Clinging to that, she kissed Marcus's cheek in blessing and whispered, "Do whatsoever you must." Only she knew the words were not spoken to her son, but to the unseen God she trusted with all her heart. Powerful. What else can I say, you guys? Like, that's why this book is my favorite. Watching characters that we saw in book 1 now coming to find Jesus for themselves based on Hadassah's witness, I'm just so encouraged and so like on fire because of that. Like the power of the God that we believe in, the power of Jesus, that we can trust him, you guys. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like Jesus. Like we could search forever, and there's songs about this, like we could search the world and never find anyone like Jesus. Chapter 12, you guys. That brought tears to my eyes. Oh, I love Hadassah's characters so much. I wish I could meet her in real life. It makes me want to increase my faith. Oh, I love this book. I'm flying through it like I knew I would. I'm on page 141, chapter 13. And you guys, just crying over this book. Marcus's journey, it just gets me. Page 145. You guys. 2 things. First thing, I find it fascinating that the way this series compares Jews to Christians, and she uses Romans to do the comparing. Marcus is thinking about the Jews and how Jerusalem was destroyed and the temple was destroyed. About the Jews, Marcus says that people could go on studying the laws. They could go on prophesying in their synagogues. But for what purpose? To what end? Without the temple, without the priesthood, without the sacrifices for the atonement of sin, their religion was empty. It was finished. When the walls of the temple came tumbling down, so too did the power of their almighty unseen God. But then in his mind, Marcus hears, "Oh, Marcus, beloved, God cannot be contained in a temple." He spread his arms wide. "There is nothing here. Your God is dead." You cannot contain God in a temple. Then where is he? Where is he? Seek and you shall find. I love this book. how I'm crying a lot. It's because I feel this ache in my heart. So the second thing is there's people that I know that I care about. I wish they would see God like Marcus is. Okay. I collected myself. It just hit me. I was overcome. So yeah. I had to turn the video off for a bit, and I actually grabbed my Bible and my journal, and I was like, what are these emotions, God? Like, why is this like hitting so close? I'm gonna start reading the book of Acts. I was reading in the Old Testament. It took me so long to get through Jeremiah. Jeremiah is a depressing book, and I definitely forgot about that. So it's crazy because like Jeremiah 29:11 is one of the most famous verses, like in the collection of famous verses. And you probably all know what it is. Like, I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. That's the verse. And yet the rest of the book is like so depressing because just Israel is rebelling over and over again, and God is warning them. Anyways, so yeah, I didn't really want to stay in the Old Testament after that. I needed a break. So I was going to read the book of John, but then after starting An Echo in the Darkness, I was like, you know what? I'm going to read Acts and see like real stories of the early church and read about that story about Paul. And there's a reason this is my favorite book in the series and one of my favorite books of all time. And you know what? Maybe this is Francine Rivers' best book. I don't know. There's a few that we're still going to be reading this year that I would also say is my favorite, like And the Chauffeur Blue. I bawled my eyes out reading that book. So I feel like I'm going to again, but I'm just like in particular connecting with this book, and I just always have. Hello friends, I hope you can see me. I need to update this book. I have cried my way through this book basically since chapter 12. I bawled, you guys. Page 208. Marcus. What chapter is this? Chapter 19. The thing is, the way Francine Rivers writes, it feels like she's writing about things that actually happened, that these characters are real, and she's actually just recounting something that happened. Because the way she tells the story and the way she makes the characters speak and think and do things, it feels like a real person is doing them, true to human nature and true to God's nature. That's why it hits so close, because anything that I can relate to, it feels real. And I can relate to a lot of things in this book from almost every single character, from Phoebe, Marcus, Julia, everyone else. Like, I just feel like this is my favorite book of all time now. Like, how can it not be? I'll be really curious. I almost wish that I put Redeeming Love closer up, because Redeeming Love is the first Francine Rivers book I ever read, and it's the first time that I ever saw God's voice written in a book. But really, I have to say, And the Chauffeur Blue, it's coming. It's coming. That is also a really good book. So I don't know why I'm trying to rank these things, but all I'm saying is I love this book. Okay? So I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm going to make some spoiler updates now, and I don't know. I'll check in, I guess, when I have finished the book, maybe. You guys, I'm telling you, I cry at every page. It's just so beautiful the way that God uses fiction to speak to me. And so on page 312 and 313, literally I said the same words in a recent video where I talked about being a single Christian woman. If you missed it, I'll link it down below. But I was talking about how God sees you and he has not left you, and that he knows your pain and your struggle and he cares about it. And literally what one character says to another, I won't say names just in case, but she says, don't look to man for understanding or to yourself for what you need. God sees your pain and your struggle, and God will give you the strength to overcome it. God alone can do it. And I just was like, man, I just feel like I just recently said that in a video, and it's just cool to see it now written in words in a book. And then chapter 35 is literally so beautiful, and I love Marcus's character, and it's just so beautiful. That's all I can say. So I'm gonna keep going. Okay, I finished this book. I woke up this morning and finished it, and I'm so blessed by this book. I actually don't know what to say. I kind of am without words. I hope that the reactions I did get in this video are enough to show you how much this means to me and to convince you to start this series if you haven't. I would say this book has far less triggering content. It is truly a salvation story. So many characters from the first book, you get to watch them go on a journey to discovering who Jesus is and his redemption for us and his grace. And it's so beautiful that that's why I love this story and why I do like it better than A Voice in the Wind, even though I truly do love A Voice in the Wind as well. But this one is just very, very special to me. And I'm so happy that I got to reread it with everyone, and so happy to have this book club to do that with and to share this experience because it makes it more special. So yeah, I guess now I'm gonna cut to all of the spoilers that I put in. Definitely like kind of once I hit halfway-ish, I guess, momentum where you just want to binge it, and so I didn't update as often in the last little bit, so I may go back and share some spoiler thoughts, but I just can't wait to chat with everyone. I am going to be speaking live on YouTube with everyone in the book club at the beginning of June. I haven't picked the date yet, but what a great way to end this video. I'm so glad to have a video now where I'm sharing this experience, and yeah, it's caused me to pray quite a bit and just seek God's heart for me. I've been feeling a lot of feelings, you guys, this past couple weeks, I guess. I just feel like God is like working in me and working through me, and so I'm just very emotional about that. I would just want to say like that life with Jesus is so worth it. Like anything that you would give up, you think like, oh, I don't want to give this up though, like I love whatever, like reading Spice or being with this guy or whatever. Nothing is better than Jesus. Like his presence is just so worth every sacrifice we'll ever make. Nothing will be worth giving him up for. So that's what I think, because I've just never felt so whole and full of like fullness, if that makes sense, than when I'm with Jesus and when I'm seeking him and following him and delighting in him. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna cut to the spoilers. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna have to update like literally every page like I did with A Voice in the Wind. I love Phoebe's character so much. Love her so much. No one does it like Francine. Look at this dialogue right now. It is powerful. These people feel like real people. On page 91, you guys, I really like that Paul is mentioned, because I like that she's writing in the real times. Like she's not fully making stuff up. She is bringing in like actual biblical people, and the story on page 91 and like carrying on, it is in the book of Acts. And so you can actually like read how that played out, and everything that the like guy on the ship was saying like actually happened. So I just think that's really cool. And I love how hungry Marcus is. Like I just wish there was more people hungry like he is for answers, and he's not afraid to say things that we would all be like, and even the people in the book are like, watch what you're saying there, Marcus, like you're talking about God, like watch what you say. And I think if people were less, I don't know, afraid, or I don't know what it is, but if people were more willing to be fully honest with God and like asked him, hey, this is how I feel, what do you say about that? And actually be open to his answer, like how many more people would be saved? But we're so stubborn. Okay, page 122 to like 124, Mark is talking to the shepherd boy. I love this so much. He is searching and searching. And I love that a lowly shepherd boy told him the truth. And is like, I don't think you're going to find him where you think you are. I love that Marcus asks him, like, what would you advise when I meet God, when I find him? The boy's smile faded. When you face God, remember he is God. And then, oh, it makes me want to cry. And then the boy walks off. He's walking with his sheep. And Marcus felt something strange move within him as he watched the boy with his sheep, an aching hunger, a thirst. And suddenly he sensed an unseen presence, a vague hint of something, like a sweet, tantalizing aroma of food just beyond his grasp. Oh, there's people in my life that I wish they were hungry like this. Oh, you guys. But it's not impossible. It's not impossible. I believe that there is a way for every single person on this planet to meet Jesus if they would just seek after him, seek the answers, because you'll find them when you seek him. Another note, I really like Rashid's character and I forget his story arc, so I'm really curious to see how that plays out because I just don't remember. So I'm glad, like, I've read these books so long ago that I don't remember the details, so that's good because it's kind of like I'm reading some of it fresh for the first time. And yeah, Hadassah going to, I don't remember the names, Habanas and Antonia, and she prays, and it's so interesting. I love that Francine included this part where, like, the whole time that Antonia's in labor and she's crying out to Era, and they have, like, you know, the murals everywhere of the goddesses and gods, and they've got the talismans and whatever, and they, like, are crying out to them while she's in pain. But Hadassah, in her quietness, she calls on the name of Jesus, and that's what moves the baby, and that's what saves them. I love that they actually didn't, like, believe in God before he helped them. Like, he revealed himself to them, and now I don't remember. I don't remember if they come to know Jesus, but they probably do. I forget. But just that Jesus will show mercy to anyone, even the ones who don't believe in him. Isn't that crazy? Like, and also, like, the power that we as Christians have, that we can pray over others who don't know God, and God will move on their behalf because we asked him to. You guys, I've already said that I've been crying my eyes out. My arm's kind of sore today. Okay. Marcus gets beat up, okay? And then a Jewish dad and daughter find him, and the daughter is so innocent and sweet and is like, we're gonna go save him. And the dad's like, I don't want to, but okay. And then they are, like, slowly getting to know him, and Marcus asks him, what do you know about Jesus of Nazareth? And he's like, well, what do you know about Jesus of Nazareth? And I just love it on page 208. And so what's his name? Ezra, I think? The guy's name is? Yeah, Ezra. Excitement filled him. He came back and sat down before Marcus again. Tell me everything about this woman you once knew. Tell me everything she ever told you about Jesus of Nazareth. Marcus saw the fever in his eyes. Why? He said, frowning. What does it matter? Just tell me, Marcus. Tell me everything from the beginning. Let me decide for myself what matters. And so Marcus did as he asked. He gave in to his deep need to speak of Hadassah, and all the while he talked of her, he failed to see the irony in what he was doing. For as he told the story of a simple Judean slave girl, Marcus Lusanius Valerian, a Roman who didn't believe in anything, proclaims the gospel of Jesus Christ. I wept, you guys. I absolutely wept when I read that. I love this book. And Phoebe basically having a stroke, it sounds like, and then, like, being permanently damaged because of it. I think that God saw that she was running herself into the ground and that she was caught up in works, and that she felt like to atone for herself in a way, she had to work this hard to earn salvation, or just earn good standing, or make up for her previous life. And I think God was like, you need to stop. And he forced her to stop. And she now has to be fully served by others, whereas she was doing all this serving before. And I don't know how to say the guy's name, but Iulius. So sweet to see his perspective and see that he like loves her. Love. And he's just like caring for her. And then Julia comes to see her and she freaks out. Okay, and now chapter 21, back to Marcus and Ezra. I just love seeing Ezra's conversion, and Ezra says, I believe he is God the Son. Why? How can you? Only through him will I find what I've been hungering for all my life. And what's that? A personal relationship with the Lord. Be careful what you wish for, old man. Jesus is the pathway to death. Believe me, I know. He will demand your life's blood. He can have it, Ezra says. Okay, and Marcus going to Hadassah's hometown and meeting that lady. What was her name? I don't remember the lady's name, but I connect so deeply with Marcus's journey of faith. He's on a pilgrimage and he doesn't even know it. And God is like setting up checkpoints of people to just keep witnessing to him, whether they know it or not. And I just love it. I love how intentional God is with us, and he never lets us go. He'll never give up on us. I just love it. Okay, chapter 23, when Prometheus comes back. Love seeing that transformation too. So powerful. Oh yeah, her name's Deborah. That's what it was. The other thing, you guys, page 283. So another reason I think that God gave Phoebe that stroke is that she was neglecting her own children. And I do think that was part of why Julia went so crazy. I just loved on page 283 when Phoebe is like praying and asking God, like, what do I do? Pray, the voice had said softly, pray for your children. Oh, because God cares about our children. The far lost sheep, he cares about them. And then page 291, Marcus is on his journey. He cries out, who are you? What are you? I want to know what sustained her. God, I want to know. Surely life hadn't been so complex for Hadassah. She had been a simple, ordinary girl, not a brilliant scholar or theologian. Everything she had believed had all narrowed down to one truth for her: Jesus. Everything she did, everything she said, the way she lived, it all focused on the man from Nazareth. I pray that's me. I pray I live that way. That people would question, and the only answer. And then you guys, this was so powerful on page 294, 295, when Marcus is in despair over what happened to Hadassah, and he just can't come to terms with it. He's just not okay with it. And then he starts to realize that he had a part in it, that Julia kept saying, I did this for you. And he knows that he is guilty. On his knees, he covered his head. I deserved death, not her. His own life should be forfeit. Despite Julia's part in what had happened, it should have been him that day, standing on the sand, not Hadassah. He waited for judgment, but God was silent. So Marcus rose to his feet and judged himself. He proclaimed his guilt and handed down his sentence and walked into the sea. And then Marcus on the beach, and then him in Capernaum, and him getting baptized. Do you believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of the living God? Marcus felt a moment of fear. Whatever came now would change his life forever. He clenched his teeth and fists, still struggling against himself. Did he believe? Did he? Tense, uncertain, he knew he had to make a conscious decision. I believe, he said. Forgive my unbelief. And that's all it takes. That is all it takes, even with the doubt, even with all the ways you don't believe. He can use just a little seed of faith, and it'll save you. That's how powerful he is. sudden, inexplicable, complete joy. It hadn't been a dream. He made the decision to believe that Jesus was the Christ, the Son of the living God. He felt cleansed. He felt whole. I love this book, and talking about it makes me cry. Okay, I just filmed my wrap-up clip, and I'm gonna just sit here and talk spoilers too, so then I can edit the video and have it ready to go. It's been such a special experience sharing this with all of you, so I hope that it's been good for you as well. So I haven't like gone back to see what I last talked about spoilers wise, but I think I'll just like talk about the last bit of the book where Marcus comes back, he moves Julia back into his parents' villa, and God has told her to pray for her children. And that reunion between Marcus and Phoebe was so beautiful for her to like know that he met Jesus and that he knows Jesus now. And then, yeah, when he brought Julia back and Hadassah without knowing it, I remember reading for the first time and feeling just this like tension, like, please, Julia. Why am I crying again? Please, Julia, choose the Lord. Please choose him. I feel that in my heart is so hard for the people that I know in my real life. So to see that she did choose him in the very end, and she got to be baptized by her brother, and just the joy and the peace she got to experience at the very end, it was so beautiful. Oh, I wept over that. The key was that Hadassah got to forgive her, and Julia got to know that she was truly forgiven by Marcus, Hadassah, and the Lord. Oh, there's nothing like it, you guys. Nothing like it. And then Marcus feeling all of these feelings, like so beautiful, the way that he was like, no, my heart is for Hadassah and it always will be. And their reunion, when he got to say, you are beautiful, and he took the veils off and he said, you're more beautiful than I've ever known. And oh, and then the very end when they have their children, it was so beautiful. Like, that's just what I think about this book. And interesting that we didn't get a conclusion to Alexander and Rashid. And I don't recall, I think they pop up in As Sure as the Dawn briefly, but I kind of forget. And I feel like there's space there to like show us, Francine, where did they end up? I know she gave like a little bit about what Alexander did, but I feel like on, like, if not this, then like on Alexander's deathbed, I feel like he would accept Jesus, because now he's faced with his oblivion, and where is he going, you know? And he knows what the truth is, but does he want to believe it and accept it? And then Rashid, I don't know, like, I think he has to go through a journey that we would love to see on page, right? But yeah, I think that's everything for spoilers wise. So again, thank you for watching this video. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I guess if you guys want to share your spoiler thoughts, like, certainly, you know, keep them out of the comments the best you can, or just like tag spoiler in your comment. But oh, that was so good. So good. I feel like I just need some like emotional break from doing that. So I definitely need to just chill, read some really chill books. So I did actually start a Freida McFadden book. She is my palette cleanser thriller author. I know what I'm getting with her and I like it. She doesn't use excessive language. There's no sex in her books, and I can just trust her for the most part. Some of her books are like so dumb, but then some are so entertaining. And so far this one's entertaining. So yeah, I'm reading The Intruder now. And I want to start another reading vlog though. Like, I love sharing reactions like this with you guys because it just makes me feel closer to you, and it's just been fun lately. So I have to decide what next books I want to make a vlog for, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you for being here again, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.